Okay, I'm going to sound like every other week. YouTube tells me that we're live, and I think I've stopped the echo before it even starts. Can you guys hear me in the chat? I see Jonacide. Thank you, Jonacide. You're always first. Tiny Bubbles. Veronica May, thank you. Great to see you. Okay, you guys, I'm going to bring Maggie-of-England on here. We're going to do a short few minutes before we bring our very special guest on here. Welcome to the show, you guys. We're not going to be doing too much chatting with the side chat this time because it's distracting. And so we'll chat with you guys after Alex's segment, after his show. And this is, okay, I'm bringing Maggie-of-England on. Hey, Maggie.
Hope everyone's okay. Hey, Robin, how are you?
I'm doing well, Maggie. You know, what another wild and woolly week it's been.
I know.
And you know, here in the U.S., we've had fireworks every night since like March. Yeah, you know, terrifying dogs and people and stuff because, you know, in today's climate, you know, they sound so much like gunshots, you know, so it made people on edge ever since March.
They were doing it up our end every Thursday, you know, when they were doing the old.
Yeah.
My dog's terrified. Absolutely terrified.
And but you know what? It's really funny. A lot of neighbors around and friends said, boy, there are just as many fireworks on this 4th of July that there ever have been, maybe more. And then one friend said, instead of joyous and celebratory, it's like menacing and hateful. And that's the feeling she got. It's like, you know, showing how big people's appendages are or something. I have no explanation for it. And it's probably going to keep going on. Okay, really quickly. I have 2 minutes. I want to do, maybe I should save this for the end of the show because I'm so excited about our guest. I'm going to save it for the end of the show. Okay, you guys, our guest today is Alex of the channel IrateAlex, and he is just whip smart and just as cute as a bug. He's just darling. Yeah. And he's, I'm going to bring him on. Welcome, Alex.
That was an awful 5 minutes. Hello. How are you?
I know I didn't give you a chance to put out your ciggy. I'm so sorry, but you know, I got overly excited. You know, you know
what's this, Alex?
Yeah, really undignified.
Bless you.
Oh, thank you. I'll take that. So, Alex, you have this channel, and I've followed you for quite some time, and I can't remember where I...
Stop being a stalker, Robin. It's unbecoming of a young lady such as yourself.
Boy, that's my only badge of anything, is the stalker badge. So, yeah, I have been stalking him. Yeah. You're lucky we're not on Facebook because I would have looked at every single picture in your albums. I would be...
And that's exactly why I deleted my Facebook, Robin, to prevent perverts like you.
I know. Grandma life is the best life.
Grandma life is the best life, says her t-shirt. Yes.
Yeah, well,
yeah,
you can give the grandkids back. That's why it's the best life.
I know you can do anything. Grandchildren are your redemption for being the kind of parent you were the first time around.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, and so you get to do it. Oh, my little honey, here, have another. You know, cookie. Here, take some home and hide them under your bed. You know, Grandma loves you. But your channel, Alex, you are hysterical. And it's just like me. I can't tell a joke to save my soul. And he doesn't, he's just funny, you guys. And his approach to shit and his
such language.
I know. Well, it's pretty lavish here. I'll sprinkle it here and there just for your entertainment and enjoyment. But you changed up recently. You had a whole really different theme going for your channel. And then I have a question about a word that you use, and I have no idea what it means, but that'll come later. But you, and then there was Lord Bear.
Yes, we don't talk about him.
Oh, okay. That's
you don't want him to come out.
Okay, we'll just scrub him from history if you like, but make sure the door's locked.
Yeah, you want to do that. Yeah, and bolt it, and probably barricade it as well, because otherwise he'll just use his voice to shout the door down.
Oh dear. Well, you're in charge of that, so you guard the door, and we'll carry on. But you've changed it up. You used to call it. There's something called the haters. HATERZ. The haters.
Well, I spell it haters.
Oh, okay.
HAYDURS. Yeah.
Okay, I didn't twist the spelling enough. Okay, you got it. Okay, haters. But that's stopped.
Yeah, that has stopped. And real quick, would you mind giving me the stream link, please?
How do
drop it in the side there, in the side of the StreamYard?
The stream link? You mean to come on the show?
No. The stream, the live stream.
Where we are here.
Yeah.
Okay,
YouTube.
okay.
Robin Eagle's song on YouTube.
Okay, wait a minute. Here, I'm doing it. Okay, cut. Okay, I'm doing it in the side chat right now.
Did you just happen to put it in your live stream chat by any chance?
Yes, she did.
Yeah, I meant the stream.
You're dealing with Grannies. Techno Magnot.
Yeah.
Well,
Silly sausage.
I heard you say drop it in the chat.
I did say StreamYard, but
okay. Well, I skipped that word. Okay. Okay, paste.
Please.
Neener. I did it on the StreamYard one. Okay, so now I can take it out of. Well, it came out on both places, Alex. Look, it came out both places.
It's not in the StreamYard chat.
It's in the YouTube chat twice. And it's
I didn't realize I can see technology escapes me as well. I wasn't aware that I could access your live stream chat from the StreamYard. I don't use StreamYard, so I use OBS to do everything. So
I know. Well, that takes way smarter people than us. I defaulted to StreamYard after I tried to do Streamlabs. That gamer platform, and it was so intricate. You young folks have no trouble with all that, and because I don't know what assets are, I don't know what overlays are. I don't. And people throw those words around, and I'm going, what? So StreamYard is very bonehead. It almost does it for you. There are no downloads. You just come on and click things, and you start talking, and here it is. Yeah. Okay. So.
Streamlabs is even difficult for the young folk as well, I suppose. Streamlabs itself has a form of OBS that is a pain in the backside.
Yeah.
Streamlabs, you don't stream with Streamlabs. Streamlabs is a streaming service that you use for masking donations, basically. So you input your PayPal into it, you input your payment details, and then you can set it so that when somebody donates something, you can have something come up on screen. It'll play a sound or whatever else. It's used for many different things. You can use it for overlays. You can use it for Twitch panels. You can use it just simply to monitor your own donations and things of that, or analytics of live streams as well. It's better used with Twitch than what it is YouTube, but it does work fairly okay with YouTube.
Yeah, I don't get Twitch either.
Yeah.
Wait, we're getting an echo somewhere.
That was me, sorry.
Oh, it's always got to be somebody. Yes, something. So see, all Maggie and I wanted to do was talk to each other, and have a laugh, because we live so far away from one another, and we like we're friends, and so that's all we wanted to do. We really we called it a show, but now it's a show.
Yeah.
So, and we're still looking just as amateurish as we did the first time 6 months ago.
You used to be able to do it with Google Hangouts.
Yes.
Yeah, there used to be two different versions of Google Hangouts. There was the built-in one that was built into YouTube, the Google Hangouts on Air, and it was very similar to StreamYards in that, all you had to do was open it up, send, your friend, whoever, the link, and click go live, and bam. It was as simple as that.
I know. Maggie and I were on a bunch of Google Hangouts before they stopped that. It was so easy and seamless, and it was, and then they took it away because we're supposed to be deprived of any pleasure in life. They're holding us down with restricting our pleasure. So anyway, back to your show, Alex. You were hysterical, and you did you covered Shanny for Christ. I think you covered G-Men. I think you covered all those people. And you had a different, there are tons of other people doing those folks, tons of other people. But you had your own personality that you brought to it, and your own take on it, and the twist, and, and your wisecracks, and your performance art. So that was cool. But I understand why you stopped. You told the story of that. And so now, you've changed up, and I don't know if you're still if you firmly decided on a format or a theme or a direction, or.
I have. I had a meeting with the team the other night, and at the moment we're just focusing on the true crime, just to get it onto the channel.
Got it.
To have that catalog. I'm not getting rid of the drama aspects of things, but what I do want to do is take the Absolute Bonkers format and kind of apply the retrospective commentary kind of thing to it, so that it's not me having to chase after drama. The way that that MS has changed my life means that I have to reduce stress as much as possible. If I don't do that, and I manage to increase stress, it brings out the symptoms further, and then I get nothing done. So I'm trying to move forward wherein I'm avoiding it, and rather would wait a little bit and then make a video about it, like a big drama, like the Shane Dawson thing. I will cover that eventually.
Good. And you mentioned MS. And we followed along with you at your announcement. And would you mind talking about that just a bit?
I don't have a problem with that. For those who aren't subscribed to me, who don't know about this kind of thing, but back in Feb, I was on my 4 days off from work, and I was in here doing my YouTube thing. In the process of writing a video, and I was experiencing dizziness, and I'd been experiencing dizziness for a while with these brand new ADHD medication that I'm on, because they suppress my appetite. Sometimes I forget to eat, and then I get dizzy. So I stuffed my face, and it didn't go away, and I just figured, just must be a side effect. Just must be one of them days. I was putting my son to bed, who's now 7. And he wasn't behaving for me. He was busy jumping around on his bed, and I was, trying to get him to calm down. And then I lost the ability to speak. And then the left side of my face dropped ever so slightly. It wasn't noticeable. In fact, it was only noticeable if you were to take a picture of my face from like a video and then compare it to it, basically. And you had to draw a line down my face and black out one side, and then you could notice it. And it actually became more intense the day after, to where it was actually very noticeable. But that night, I was very dizzy. I could barely speak. So, my limbs started going numb. So I went downstairs. I sat down with the missus, and she called the NHS helpline. and asked for advice on this, and they thought I was having a TIA, a mini stroke.
That's what I would think.
Yeah, it's what I thought was happening as well. And I started speaking like this because I couldn't speak properly anymore. And then paramedics came and they were like, "You're not having a stroke. Do you still want to go to the hospital?" And I'm like, "No, I don't want to go to the hospital. I'll just put it down to something else." The day after, the left side of the face drops even harder. I lose control of my legs, and the left side of my body just goes down again, and my accent completely changes.
Yeah.
I couldn't go back to how I'm talking to you now. It's really strange. So I was like, okay, we're going to the hospital then. And I had a CT scan eventually after much battles with the doctors there, because the NHS likes to do that. And they genuinely got angry because they needed to do a radiology CT scan on me. But, you know, I didn't care. I don't care. You can get mad as much as you like. It's your job. So I did the CT scan and they said, right, we found 2 abnormalities on your brain and it looks like MS, but we need to book you in for an emergency MRI. And for the Americans out there, an emergency MRI in the UK means 2 weeks.
Oh, Jesus. Honey. I remember that. I remember when you were waiting.
Yeah. It's a very frustrating time for me. And that's actually when it was as severe as it was, I was still recovering from the attack. That's when I was making the last Shani video, The Sins of the Enchanting, if you remember. If you actually go back and listen.
I should go back and...
Yeah, you can see it.
Yeah, you can hear me slurring in the video.
Wow, I'm going to go back and look. You guys, everybody go back and look after the show. Just subscribe to Alex anyway, because he's fucking delightful. Okay, I'm sorry. Continue, sir.
Thank you very much for the compliments. And I had the MRI, and when I finally got the results for the MRI, they were like, "Yeah, that looks like MS to me." Neurologist on the phone was like, "Yeah, you probably most likely got MS. So we're gonna have to send you off for a lumbar puncture to confirm that." And I've had the lumbar puncture, or I imagine Americans would call it a spinal tap.
Yeah, spinal. Yeah.
I found it really amusing because I guess I got myself worked up about it because people told me how terrible this procedure had been for them, and I was like, "Oh man, this ain't gonna be good, is it?" So he's like, "Okay, get in the fetal position," and I was like, "Oh, here we go," and I seen the size of the needle.
Oh, and there you are with your bum exposed.
I don't have a problem with needles, as long as I can see them. Because I will watch a needle go into my arm and I'll watch blood be taken. I'll get close to it like that because I'm fascinated by it. I'm not bothered, but if I can't see it, that freaks me out. And actually the entire procedure and taking my blood, sitting me up and letting me recover took a total of 20 minutes. It was very quick and I barely felt anything. It did feel weird. I guess he tried to freak me out because he handed me my spinal fluid.
What did it look like?
It's just a little jar of clear fluid. Look like water. Look like a little shot of vodka.
Well, he probably was faking you out. He probably had a dry bar on, behind him, and he just snuck a little in a while.
Well, I thought he was trying to freak me out, but you don't freak me out like that. I am a true product of my generation. I was like, "Oh, that's cool," but I pulled out my phone and took a picture of it straight away, So yeah, and I'm still waiting, which I shouldn't. I realize that COVID is a thing, but it doesn't take that long. It doesn't. I know it doesn't. Right, so I'm still waiting for the results. I'm hoping to get them this week coming, and then I imagine it'll just be a case of a confirmation of the MS, and then I imagine it'll probably take a year of monitoring me to find out what type of MS it is.
There are. I didn't realize there were different types, just like there are different types of Parkinson's disease. Different affects and how they present. I did not know MS was like that.
MS is in my family. My brother has it. He has primary progressive MS, and it affects him in the worst way. There's a nice little menu of symptoms that you have with MS, and fingers crossed, I don't have to deal with those ones, because those are the bad ones. You need things like catheters and colostomy bags for. And God bless my brother. My brother lost control of his private areas quite some time ago, so has been living life like that. And I do personally suspect it's also the same type of MS, because relapse remitting is the main type. It's the type that most people end up having, but we can treat that very easily. So much so, the treatment is so good, in fact, that you can live a life very normally, very, very normally. There are transfusions you can have that they just sort it out, completely compress the symptoms so that you can drive with no problem, walk with no problem. I haven't had a moment of remission. I've been stuck at home since before the lockdown, since before COVID. And honestly, I believe MS actually started attacking me last year, early last year, because I went for 2 blood tests to see if I had arthritis. Arthritis runs in my family as well. And because I'd been getting so many joint pains in my fingers, elbows, and neck, I figured, it's got to be that, right? It's got to be arthritis. My mum has it, so I probably have it. Got tested, and they said, there's a high amount of the antibodies in your blood. So I was like, okay, so it is probably arthritis then. It's coming on now. I got tested for it again before the MS attack, I think a month before the MS attack, actually. And they were like, no, there's nothing there. I was like, okay. And then February comes and bang. But I haven't had that level of attack since. I have had episodes since, but nothing on that scale. Nothing on that scale.
What you describe sounds to me like a spontaneous remission at the beginning.
It was very, very intense, to the point where I became extremely angry, more than irrationally so, like even more so than, when you get really drunk and then you get angry and you can't calm down. It was worse than that, because when I first experienced the brain fog, the first time I experienced it, it was so intense that I just lost my temper. I completely flipped out, to the point where I was screaming, and lost my voice, damaged my voice in the process. But luckily my throat managed to heal, but I got over it now, and I'm pretty much just dealing with life as is. Sometimes I, need this, and in cases like yesterday, I had to use these. So sometimes I don't, sometimes I do. It's a really, really bizarre and annoying thing, because I know people are looking at me like, he's faking it. Because I'm telling you, I can get up right now and I can walk around the house normally. Yesterday, I had
where you're coming from. Exactly. I've got fibromyalgia, chronic.
Yes. MS is very similar to fibro. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I know exactly where you're coming from, Sunshine. And you're so young. Bless you.
Well, it tends to attack people in their 30s, early 30s, so it doesn't surprise me.
Wow.
How old is your brother?
Oh, my brother became, I think, was attacked by MS when he was early 30s, just like me. He's in his late 40s now, so mid 40s, I think.
Okay, so since then, I'm sure there are studies and more research and trials, and I know it's been relentless since it all hit the news, multiple sclerosis, and there's been a campaign for years and years and years to find out what's going on, how to prevent it, a treatment for it. Can we do something for that? If something's in your brain, is it like plaque in your brain?
I forget what they call them now. What the things that they find on your brain? What do they call them again? Lesions. They find the lesions on the brain. The lesions are a sign. They are the sign that there's something wrong. And what MS is an erosion of the myelin sheath. The myelin sheath is something that protects your nervous system. And because it's eroded somewhere in this area on the back of my neck, the messages become, skewed
Yeah.
and twisted. That's why, like, especially when it first started, the pins and needles were incredible. Pins and needles are annoying, aren't they? And that's the thing that was keeping me awake at night. I can deal with pain. Pins and needles, that's like somebody poking you like that over and over all over your body.
Did it get you? Was it in your hands, fingers?
Oh, it was everywhere. It was
Everywhere.
in my hands, arms, legs, down. I could feel it in my torso, which is a really weird thing to experience. It was in my feet.
Wow, like you were being electrocuted on a low level.
Yeah. It has slowed down a lot. There are times when it does ramp up quite a bit, and I have to deal with things like dysarthria, which I'm probably pronouncing incorrectly.
I don't know what that is, even if you did say it right.
Dysarthria is when you get the brain fog along with the speech issues.
Okay, that's a Parkinson's thing too.
Yeah,
a certain type. Wow. Well, thank you for that, Alex.
That's no problem. I don't mind talking about them.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Well, get things like that off your chest now and again.
Well, and he's very
talking to people who understand as well.
Yeah, and he's very candid on his show. He's been very straightforward with his.
That's why the Grannies love him.
The entire time that I've been on YouTube, which is actually nearing 4 years, I've always been candid and blunt. That's just the type of person that I am. Many YouTubers, many Twitch streamers, some of them may present a different persona or personality online, which I totally understand and I totally get that, and I have no issue with that. I don't hate on anyone's hustle, but I am me. A big ball of ADHD.
And you're singular. There's nobody like IrateAlex. Just you're like the beloved disruptive kid in class. That got invited everywhere because he was just delightful and brought joy.
My experience in high school wasn't as pleasant as that, but when I became an adult, things became a lot easier for me to deal with, I think.
Yeah. So did you get into a lot of trouble in school?
Oh, yeah. But I think I was a bit of a late bloomer in terms of maturity. I think most kids, when they're in the first year, second year of high school, that's when they are a bit sillier, a bit more immature. I didn't really do that until my final years of high school. And when I joined the Navy, I was in trouble almost constantly. I was always dealing with some form of punishment. Because I was a little shit. To put it lightly.
I can just see your cocky little self strutting around in your dress. Yeah, in your blues and all that stuff. So, okay, so you're in your 30s. Is the Navy uniform the same as it used to be? With all those buttons up, or like that big flap in front, the whites and the blues.
Well, it depends on your rank, your rank and rate. They have changed the uniform since I last left. In fact, they changed the uniform twice while I was still serving, but that was specific to you do something called gangway duty. That's basically like an armed sentry. So you stand on the flight deck, with the quartermaster, and I'm the bosun's mate. You both have a rifle and a baton, and you stand up there for 6 hours. You have 6 hours off, 6 hours on. Then that's 24 hours done. Bam, that's your duty done. But there was a period when I first joined, and we had to wear combats, like Combat 95, so the green uniform, the proper combat boots. And then they changed it. And then we had a new admiral come in, and he was like, no, don't be silly. This is ridiculous. Why should sailors wear combats? So we're going to change them to your blues, which is the number 4 dress. And that was like a light blue shirt that has your name tag there, and your dark blue work trousers. They have their pockets up the yin yang, these things. I used to love them. And that's what you'd wear on the flight deck. But then they changed them back to combats, and then they changed them back to blues. And then when I left, they changed the uniform so that the shirt was the same dark blue as the trousers. They call them number 4s. They used to be called number 8s. There was your 3s, which is your evening wear, which is the white shirt and black trousers, belt, and your epaulets on your shoulders.
Oh,
There's your number 1s, your NOS 1s, which when you're a sailor, you have your flares, you have your black flares, you have your shoes, you have underneath your jacket, you have the white front, which is the very difficult thing to put on and take off again, because it doesn't stretch. There's no
and it's short, huh?
And yeah, it basically, like, it comes up to about here, but you're not supposed to. You're not supposed to just wear that. You obviously have your jacket over, that's buttoned up in front of you like this. You have a lanyard which comes down through your jacket and pierces downwards like that, and then you have what's called your silk, which is the blue thing that sits on your back and wraps around like that, and that goes down. And then you have your elephant foot cap on as well. But when you become a petty officer and upwards from there, your uniform changes. So you have a proper military cap where there's like a peak on the front. And you don't wear the white front. You don't do the lanyard anymore. It's much more of a button down kind of thing on the side rather than the kind of like centered V positioned clothing. So which is much better.
The lower ranks, it seems like it's never a good idea to ever have anything important to do in the loo when you're fully dressed.
And the thing is, you spend hours polishing those shoes, but the material that the trousers are made of, if you're not wearing gaiters, which you wear them if you're a part of the guard, and gaiters are like these very, very expensive, like white clamp things that you put around your ankles to keep the flares in.
Like leg warmers, only shorter.
Yeah, but they're quite long. They're about that long, and they're quite thick, and they go around. And they keep the flares in. Then you wear a white belt, and that's got like your bayonet sheath in it, and then you march with a rifle when you're the guard. Unless you have those on, the material on the trousers will rubs against the polish and strips it of polish ever so slowly. And that only takes walking down a couple flights of stairs, and that's it. They're dull at that point.
Okay, you're not talking about the U.S. Navy, obviously, because I used to watch spit polishing. Did you guys spit polish? Because that's
I did. I did it.
Because if you spit polish something, there isn't going to be any sissy pant leg rubbing that off the tips of your shoes. Now, if you do a correct spit polish. Right?
I was taught to, because my mum was in the army. My dad was in the army, and my cousin was in the army, and I joined the Navy. But I knew how to do it. I knew how to do it with the spoon and the heating up of the polish. And then
my God, you're really hardcore. I take everything back I just said.
Yeah, I used to set fire to the polish, basically, then clamp it out, and then pour it onto the shoe. Then obviously get to polishing. And there's a time I used to put my own finger in the polish, and then dip it in water and do it with my bare fingers as well.
And every once in a while, you peel off the dead skin from the blister you might have developed from that.
Yeah. I still have fairly rough hands from my Navy days, actually. If you see that callus, I still have them kind of on my hands.
Holy cow! So it was just like yesterday.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, well, those things will last after a day or two. That's fascinating. Yeah,
I know.
So you're in the UK without doxing yourself. Can you sort of tell? Okay, Maggie, she doesn't give a shit. She's in Derbyshire.
My dad was from Derby.
Yeah.
Strangely enough, he sounded like he came from Yorkshire, but he was from Derby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get that. I can get that.
Yeah. Well, I actually really like Derby. I had a friend who I served with, and I used to go to his, and he lived. There's a town in between Nottingham and Derby. I forget what it's called.
Ilkeston, Draycote, Long Eaton.
Long Eaton. Yeah,
Long
he lived
Eaton.
in Long Eaton. Yeah, I used to go there. You see, and then he'd take me to Nottingham, or he'd take me to Derby, or we'd just stay in Long Eaton and drink there. God, I miss drinking a lot. I haven't been able to actually drink a full pint in quite some time. Like I'm not allowed to drink anymore either, so that's sad.
Well, can you smoke wild cabbage?
Can I do what now? Sorry, smoke wild cabbage. Oh, okay. Yeah, the devil's lettuce. No, I have. That's the first thing I did when I left the Royal Navy. I was like, right, I've been banned from doing anything like this for 5 years. So
Yeah.
give it a go. It does have a bizarre effect on me. It takes too long. It takes 2 hours to hit me. I'm not a fan. Not a fan. I don't like the taste of it. I can't stand the smell of it.
Have you tried CBD oil from eBay?
People do keep making recommendations to me.
Honey, do pay attention to that. Think seriously about that, please.
It relaxes your muscles and stops them from.
And I'm not going to harp on you about this, but you know, I sort of I'm in the fringes of a medical field. My boss is a doctor, and we have seen amazing things, benefits to people.
Yeah.
So keep that in the back of your mind.
It is something I've spoken to people about. People who have long-term disabilities that I know that are other YouTubers that couldn't recommend CBD enough to me, and I have looked into it periodically. At the moment, I'm on amitriptyline, which is like a new thing for me. And it does prevent a great deal of the seizing that happens in my legs, because before I started taking them, I had to use that stick in the house.
Yeah.
Now I don't.
So
and are you on any kind of a magnesium supplement?
No.
I'm not giving you medical advice. I'm
not medication, and I have my amitriptyline.
And you don't want to add anything especially if you're just building up what your body's going to do to react to it. So it's smart to not want to add in anything, no matter what assholes like me tell you. So you're following a good path, of course, for yourself, and well, shit, Alex, I wish you well.
Thank you very much. I'm sure I'll be fine.
You're going to be great. You're going to carry on, and I have a question for you about your background, sir.
Okay.
Is that a green screen, or did you put up like brick hangings out a wall covering?
That is a green screen there that you can see rolled up in the back.
Yeah.
Although I'm looking to invest in a Elgato one. The ones but basically come in like a big black roller, and all you have to do is grab it and lift up and then let go, and it stays up. Because of how this room is, I really need one of those instead of that, even though that's it's a decent green screen. It's just this space that I have in the house is too small to be messing around with. So I really just need like a one I can pull up. But the problem is with those ones is they are only done by Elgato, and Elgato is a big brand, and big brands can charge big bucks.
Anything they want. You're the only game in town. So those are real bricks back there.
Oh no! This is wallpaper. This is brand new wallpaper.
It's great.
It's glued on. It's not even wallpaper paste. It's glue. It's spray glue, and it needs another coat actually, because it does keep fraying in certain places. But yeah,
I think that's wonderful. I really, really like that. So the green screen you're talking about is just like one of those old-fashioned slide projector screens that people had in their every family had a screen that you pulled up and hooked it on the end. It was white and it was beaded with little glass particles.
That's what I don't understand. How can they justify charging the price that they do for those green screens when it's quite literally the old school projector screens?
That everybody could get at their local camera shop. They have one job, is to make those things. They can make them green.
Yeah.
And you can pay $29.95 like you can with one of
Doesn't
those.
even have to be green. It can be blue.
It can be blue.
It can be yellow. It doesn't matter. It actually doesn't matter what color it is, as long as the color is constant throughout. So
Yeah, and make sure you have a shirt the same color so you can be a headless float or just a floating head.
Alex did an oopsie. You remember the sins of the insanity. So you remember the music video that I recorded?
No, I don't. I will be honest, I don't.
Refresh your memory.
Well, at the end of the last big Shani video that I did, I had a dish track and I had a music video that I recorded. Now, in that video, in that part of the video, I am stood in front of a green screen, not that one, my older one. And at the time, I didn't possess enough lighting for the particular shade of green that I was using. So that's the reason why if you do go give it a watch, you know, I'm wearing a black hoodie and the background is also blacked out as well. It was the only way I could get it to work. But when I did record it one time before, and I may have been wearing a green t-shirt for the first and without realizing
Great.
And there was nothing I could do at that point. I was like, I've got to do it again.
That's too cute. Okay, that's my mission. After this show, I'm going right over there and watching that. I can hardly wait.
Popcorn. It's an hour and a half long.
Yeah, thanks. Well, I'll make sure I'm in my pajamas and have had lunch. I got to tell you, I had to leave your show the other day, but because of this new format, you're talking about people who aren't very nice, and I had to leave that Richard Ramirez one. You guys go and watch Alex's Richard Ramirez thing. Whoo!
I had to change the thumbnail for that as well.
I'm a really old grandma, and I remember the news back then, and then just that, because I'm older now, I'm looking at it with older eyes, and I'm even more horrified now than I was back then.
Yeah.
Boy. Yes. So I had to take a powder. I left about halfway through. Sorry, Alex, but you guys.
That's fine. That's okay. I understand. I completely understand. Some of the things that I talk about are pretty
gritty,
and that's that's been a constant with me for my entirety on YouTube. Really, even back when I used to cover the political stuff, every so often I'd find myself engaging in a kind of battle with a group of people on the internet. And usually, though, there was a good reason for once for my getting into drama with people. And it's because they were groups of pedophiles, usually. And I completely understand if people don't want to sit down and watch a video of me talking about something like that in particular. Like my Amos Yee videos, I didn't expect anyone to sit down and sit through that. Or the second one in particular. I don't expect people to sit down and purposely trigger themselves, especially if they've experienced these things for themselves. And it's the same with serial killers or anything else. I don't mind getting into the more grittier subjects and topics, but I absolutely do not, expect anything. I generally don't expect anything anyway. People enjoy it. So
come in with no expectations, you'll never be disappointed. But there's a niche for that.
John Becker, if I remember correctly.
But there are people who have an interest in that. Like people your age. So cool.
Yeah, lots. Believe it or not.
I can hardly wait to see just how this develops and what next you're going to do. And and thank you. Can you take us on a little tour? Can you tell us about your artifacts behind you? I know you always have these little interesting tchotchkes sitting around, and I'm wondering, of course, each thing must have meaning, because otherwise you wouldn't have it there.
So I will stay away from the anime figurines, of course. So
Okay.
this here is a gravestone that I ordered from Etsy. I love Etsy. There's some really creative, fantastic things you can buy on there.
Oh, I know.
Now, Sunny was my first ever cat that I owned, that I actually bought myself. And she ran away a couple of years ago. And she didn't come home, basically. And I have to only assume that some horrible kids around here got hold of her or she was hit by a car. So, you know, that was so that I could go through the grieving process of losing my first ever cat. So these books are to do with anime, so don't be bothered about them. Okay. This is actually YouTube related. Back when I was Irate Bear, I used to run a show called the Ghost Blue Podcast, and my co-host Drunken Uncle, his sister actually made this.
Wow.
And to see that our logo brought to life was something. Yeah, unfortunately, my son got a hold of it and broke the back of it off, so it doesn't have a toilet seat anymore. But yeah.
Well, that happens.
Is there?
Yeah, the rest of it's anime stuff.
That's age appropriate for you.
And I do have a couple of autographs of various celebrities and voice actors as well in here. I was able to get from Comic-Con in Wales.
Well, okay, some famous. Do you know who James Arnold Taylor is?
That name rings a bell to me.
He's Yoda. He was Fred.
That's why then.
Fred Flintstone. Yeah, I know him.
Nice.
We used to go to the same farmer's market, so I know. He and his family. Yeah, James Arnold Taylor. You guys look him up. He's probably the U.S.'s most famous voice actor, and that you never see. And he can do any kind of voice, and he has a one-man show where he does like 50 voices of actors and characters and stuff, and he just walks around the stage dropping in his pitch and walking around and being these different characters. Yeah, he's really funny, and I know him. But now I know Irate.
Well, I'm glad you brought the voice acting thing up because, you know, that's like a big thing for me. I've done like 2 voice acting classes online. And as you know, I like doing different voices and everything else. And that's pretty much what I'm going to use my second channel, Alex Unhinged, for. I was actually, just before I came on, when I came on and you see me darting between 2 of my screens, I was in the process of editing a video for Alex Unhinged because it's about goddamn time I started uploading to it regularly. So I'm going to break myself in with a movie trailer.
Wow. Cool.
Yes.
Well, number one, you have this fabulous timbre to your voice, and you know how to use it. And you know, you can close your eyes and you can like create a whole story just with your intonations and what you can do with it. So yay you. So we would like a link to that.
I'd be happy to provide said link. I've done a little bit of voice acting over on there. The last video, I wasn't a big fan of my last video, but I've done the psychopath role play. I've done the creepypasta, the yandere stuff as well. And I would like to expand on that. I can't post links in there, so I'll have to post it in the StreamYard chat in the private chat.
Well, wait a minute. Wait. If you make any kind of a comment in the chat, I'll make you a moderator. You can post links.
Thank you. There you go.
Okay, I'm watching for you to come up. You're not coming up yet.
Yes.
There I am.
I don't see you. Okay, my chat must have a. Oh, here you are. Okay. Shit. Now it's moving. It's moving really fast. Okay, add moderator. I hope that was you.
I don't. No, hold on.
Okay, yeah, you're a moderator now. There's a lag, and then as soon as you see your name turn, there you go.
There it is. There it is.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, give us a link, and then I'll put it in our comment section too, in the description.
Thank you, I appreciate that. But basically, I'm going to be uploading a movie trailer, and if you watch my Twitch streams, you'll know that I've been slowly trudging my way through a Sonic high school fan fiction, which is an abomination unto man. I actually believe that it's worse than My Immortal. But up until recently, I have found it funny. I haven't really found it that funny the last couple of chapters, but the last chapter that I did find funny, this kid is, he's written this, and I can't remember why he mentioned the legendary hero Jesus. So
what?
Legendary hero Jesus. I can't remember what it was in reference to in the chapter, but I'm basically making that idea into a movie trailer.
How cool!
Yeah.
Oh, I am so gonna turn my granddaughter onto you. She would just eat this shit up because she's sort of in your age group. That's how old I am. Oh man. Oh, Ashley, if you're watching, Ashley, I'm hang out with IrateAlex. I think you'll have some laughs.
Everybody who watches, hang out with IrateAlex.
Hang out
with Alex here.
Oh, okay. I said I wasn't going to do this, Maggie, because I've been trying.
Oh, the nativity play scene, and that's where it came from. In it, basically, there's an attempted murder in Sonic High School, and they have the legendary hero Jesus. Basically, is played by Knuckles Jr. And they were like, it was as good as legendary hero Jesus. So coming this summer is going to be my trailer. So yeah.
Oh my God,
that's brilliant.
Oh yeah, and Karen in the chat mentions my Alex Noir. I don't call it Alex Noir. I just call it Noir. Have you ever seen any of those clips?
Not yet, no, darling.
Yeah, no. I'd have to show you. Neither of you do Twitter, do you?
No. I'm on Twitter from my computer. I am Wilma Flintstone. I don't do it on my phone. I refuse to have it on my phone, but I'm on there. I'm Delilah Hornbuckle on Twitter. Who are you? I'll hook up with you on Twitter, but you'll never see me much.
Oh, okay, fair.
I did advertise you on my Twitter. Yeah. I know how to do that. But I got to say, in the chat, there's somebody in the chat, Alex, that thought he was coming to your show to watch, and then he found out that it was just the Granny show, and he goes, I'm sorry, that was a false advertising. This is not it is the IrateAlex show right now, but sorry you were led astray, Nathaniel. Who is that that said that? Who is it? Jack Gunsky. Jack Gunsky didn't realize this wasn't Alex's channel. I'm sorry, dear. You're here with a bunch of old ladies.
I shared the link out on Twitter into my Discord, and he probably just didn't read what I said. Like most people don't do actually ever pay attention to the things that I say. So,
So they clicked on it, and hell, we've got 26 people watching now. So that's pretty fucking cool. Okay.
Oh, wow.
I know this is such an odd time of day and an odd day of the week for a show to be on, but you know what? The traffic is lighter, because everybody does it on Wednesdays, Fridays, Saturdays, in the evening. So we've got a special little spot here where nobody's around. It's like it's like camping in the forest. Nobody will bother you. People will click on the wrong thing and drop in. Jack Gunsky says, no, I'm enjoying the show. Me too, Jack Gunsky. Isn't Alex just the dearest little bunny rabbit? I just adore you, Alex.
I'm having a really, really hard time not doing my Elmo voice right now because one of my subscribers
keep saying it, don't they?
Yeah, Mickey, she brings it on herself, and she does it on purpose because she's a giant attention seeker.
Well,
You know, she's like, as long as you don't do the Elmo voice, I'm good. It's like, yeah, okay.
well, is
You know,
the
she's
challenge?
begging me to do it, so
I know.
I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it.
Boy, have you ever let a challenge go unmet?
No. But no, I'm not going to do it because she's just being an attention seeker, and it's not about you right now, Mickey. It's about me. So shut up.
Yes, it is. It is his show.
This is Alex's show. He can do anything he wants here, except Richard Ramirez. You can't do that. Yeah, but you know what? It is a twisted, fascinating story. I got to give it that. Well, all the stuff you're doing now is,
yeah,
you're doing your take on it and with your flavor and the style of Alex. So it's all gonna be good. Anything you do, Alex, you're gonna have people watching.
yeah.
I hope so. I really do hope so. With the true crime stuff, obviously, it's not going to be the main aspect of the channel. I can't stick to one thing. I just can't.
Well, yeah, there is medication for that, and you know about it, and you're on it. So.
Yeah, I'm on 60 milligrams of a particular ADHD medication, and that doesn't stop me from. It's not powerful enough. I have very severe ADHD, so I can never not do variety. So I mean, at the moment, I'm focusing on the true crime stuff. And I am every so often throwing in episodes of Absolute Bonkers, and Absolute Bonkers, that's the covering the drama stuff. That's the talking about the new stuff. But I would ideally like that to become the retrospective commentary, docu-style aspect, and kind of bin the rest of the stuff I have on the channel, and then to help focus on.
Don't bin it.
What the rest of the stuff?
It's your growth. Don't bin it.
No, I don't mean actually deleting them. I just mean moving forward, making things manageable for myself moving forward.
Yeah.
So having the true crime, doing true IRL, doing Absolute Bonkers, and not really bothering with the other series that I do anymore. It's so I'm able to upload to Alex Unhinged, so I have a second channel, because most of the true crime stuff that doesn't get monetized. And I have to say this again, right? Because every time that I say this, people don't listen to me. They're like, "Oh, get a sponsor." I'm like, no, listen to what I'm saying. Monetization is not about money. It's about being in the algorithm. It's about having a fair shot in the algorithm and being promoted. It's not about ad revenue. Ad revenue's crap anyway. Unless you're getting 100,000 plus views, right? You're not earning a great deal anyway. So, it's about having that fair chance to be promoted.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, have a Patreon or something, you guys. There's where you get your. Oh, good. Well, I wasn't. I know you do, but I was telling other people, don't rely on.
Don't tell them. Don't tell them. That's taking away potential money that we could be earning from people.
I know. Keep your wallet closed, you guys, until you see Alex, and then fling it wide. Yeah. So, boy, the true crime stuff. Boy, there is just a really rich field to
I'm gonna watch that, because your intellect and the way you see things is another person's perspective, and I like other people's perspectives on things, not the run-of-the-mill stuff, if you know what I mean.
Just repeating. So many people are just repeating stuff. They call it reporting, but it's repeating. And now you're going to have an opinion and Alex's take on it. So how cool! Yeah. Nobody is the flavor of Alex, and so it'll be quite different. We do get to revisit stuff that had been in the news that maybe we grew up with and heard about, or maybe even ignored at times. So it's going to be good. You know what I watched? I watched the Gypsy Rose story about the Munchausen by proxy mom. Gypsy Rose wound up having her boyfriend that she met online killed her mother, but it was a horrible so that I'm not telling you what to report on. That's none of my business. But Alex probably won't report on it. So you guys go watch the story of Gypsy Rose. It's just really Yeah, it's weird, but God, there's so many to choose
Yeah.
from. Boy, I'll bet it's hard to pick one that you're going to feature.
Absolutely, because because it's becoming the brand in itself, and the reputation is slowly growing. So I
Yeah.
have people reaching out to me. I have they're like reaching out for my open DMs on Instagram, and they're trying. They're making suggestions there. People are tweeting at me and making suggestions. There are people making suggestions to me. In my
Well, yeah,
comment
we're all trying to
and on my
boss you.
community tab and on Discord. And my list, I have a list, and it keeps getting longer every day. There's at least one new thing that gets added every day, and one new thing that's a week of work. So and it really depends. I mean, when I first decided that I was going to have a crack at the true crime stuff, I wanted to just stick to the serial killers and the cult stuff, because to me that's always been the thing that I've been interested in, the thing that I've been fascinated in. But actually, there's more to true crime than just that, and there's actually far more interesting things out there as well. So there's no reason why I couldn't talk about a terrorist plot or something like that, from 20, 30 years ago, during my lifetime. So there's a great deal of different topics and people and organizations that I can cover. It doesn't necessarily have to be a cult either, although I do find cults in particular fascinating. But I'm really jealous. America Netflix is different to British Netflix.
Is it really?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
So, like, I want to watch Waco. I can't watch Waco, right? Unless I go and install a VPN. And most VPNs decimate my internet speed. So there's only one that doesn't, and that's Proton Mail. They do their own VPN, but it's VPNs cost money. So it's something that I'm doing and worrying about at the moment.
Yeah, deprive the people so that they will spend money to get what somebody else has. They count on that. I didn't know it was different for you guys. Isn't that Netflix?
We have shows that you don't.
Bastard.
We have shows that you don't, which is bizarre to me.
Yeah,
we don't have Hulu over here either.
No,
Hulu is blocked in the UK.
I'll be damned. Yeah,
and Hulu's better than Netflix, in my opinion, from what I've seen.
Well, yeah, I couldn't watch The Handmaid's Tale unless I bought Hulu for $4.99 a month or something like that. But then The Handmaid's Tale ended, and I said, "Okay, goodbye, Hulu." That's all I wanted from it. It's like buying an entire album when you only like one song. Yeah, that's happened to me a lot. There were only 2 albums in my life, where I liked one song and I bought the album, and then I fell in love with the whole goddamn album. 2 albums my whole life, and I'm an old woman. One was Three Dog Night. I loved every fucking thing they did. And Oingo Boingo. That's pretty sad, when you have to spend a lot of money back, Boy, that was a dumb rant. Okay, so
you're right.
You get these on here, I'm afraid.
Fine.
Yeah, sometimes we'll go off on a tear. Well, not we. It's always me.
No, it's not always you. I do it as well.
Yeah, that's okay. So this has been Alex's tear, and thank you so much. This has been your show. Is there anything further you would like us to know about the IrateAlex channel and what you're doing?
Pretty much just that, it's the whole MS thing and everything is made everything a bit difficult, and I'm still learning how to balance everything out. So, moving forward, at the moment, I'm focusing on the true crime stuff. The true crime stuff is going to be very varied. I did have my own uniformed template custom thumbnail for the sub genre that I was going to focus on, which is the serial killer one that I call the IC files. Irate crime.
Cool.
But I'm not using that thumbnail anymore. It's not conducive. It's not visible enough. So I'm going to use the same template for all future videos for the true crime stuff. The lineup backdrop from there, and I'm going to start putting my actual face in the thumbnails as well, I think.
Okay.
But what I'm trying to do at the moment is just continue with that. I'm trying to up the ante on live streams, and I'm also bringing True IRL live to Twitch as well, where we either sit down and I talk about something that I've already researched, or we sit down and we do the research together for a video that I'm planning. And I'm going to be increasing the frequency of live streams I do over there as well.
Great. Yeah, great. Oh boy, so looking forward to it, Alex. And you know, we're going to stick with you and as you continue your journey through all this stuff. Thank you so much for being here, my dear. You are just fucking cute as hell, and you're just brilliant. And you know, boy, we're so proud to have had you on here. I hope we can do it again sometime in the future.
I would not mind doing that. Thank you very much for having me on as
well. Oh, bless you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, dear. And okay, so again, this has been Irate Alex, you guys. You're going to see links in the description. And we're going to have him back. Oh, thank you again, Alex. Have a good rest of your evening, dear.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Oh,
wow. We both did at the same
time. It's lovely. It really is lovely.
Isn't he just great?
Yeah.
You know, what a personality. Wow. Okay, so you guys in the side chat, thank you for your patience. We were ignoring you because Irate Alex was here. So thank you so much. Boyd, Tammy's there, Oswald Spengler, Stephen Ronan, Brad, Ms. Tree, Tara is part of the Irate Alex crew. Tara,
bye.
Yeah, she's
Tiny Bubbles,
Tiny Bubbles, Wikipedia, Thora Star. Gosh, look at all the Trisha. Hi, honey.
Trisha,
Angie TNSA. Oh, you guys, look at. We have new folks. Rotten Ralph. What a great name. Necrosol Collins.
Thora Star.
Theater Ginger, Karen Fernandez. Oh, thanks for saying we're fun, Karen Fernandez. Yeah, you're fun too.
Thank you.
Wow. Boy, you guys, thank you so much. Okay, Maggie. It happened over the last couple of days. We have 1,000 subs.
I know.
It's mind blowing. We have 1,000 subs.
No words. We have no words whatsoever.
Yeah, and our last show with
him for one.
And with Thomas Sheridan, that show got 1,000 views.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I'm not being naive, you guys. I know the real nuts and bolts of it. Thomas put that show, announced it on various platforms. Thomas has a lot of followers, so he put it out there. So thank you, Thomas, for doing that. You know what? We never thought about exposure or numbers before until they started happening. Who knew? But anyway, thank you. We have such gratitude. And we still don't know what the fuck we're doing. But, you know, thank you for hanging out with us and sticking with us and putting up with nonsense and the amateurish. I'm gonna stop being humble. Yeah, you know, because self-deprecation is only cute to a point, and then it starts being annoying. Like, you know, get real, you dumbass. So anyway, that's
what you did, Stephen. We know right from the start you did.
What's that? What did you see?
Stephen, he started sharing us on Twitter right from the beginning.
Oh, you sweetheart. Yeah, and on Facebook too, darling. Thank you so much. We have such good friends. We have such good friends. Okay, I was gonna save this till next time, but this is a good way to finish up the show. I figure I have a product review. Just really quickly, you guys. Okay, I'm still coming down from having Alex on. Holy shit!
I know.
Yes. So anyway, at my age, there's a certain time in some women's lives where their eyebrows start disappearing.
I
And
wish mine fucking would. I've got a monobrow here.
oh, do you grow
Sorry. Just
a
going
good crop? My eyebrows, along with other places on my body, stuff started to disappear. I think follicles just gave up the ghost and just they're dead. But anyway, I've been painting on eyebrows for years, and it's sometimes in the morning you go, okay, do I make the other one as ugly as this, or do I wash it off and start all over? And I wind up making the other eyebrow as ugly as the first one. But anyway, since lockdown, I've kind of neglected painting on my eyebrows. I wear baseball caps. I pull the brim down. So anyway, to get this story over with, I sent away for temporary eyebrow tattoos. Those things that little kids get. You stick them on and you wet them, and then you peel it off, and then they last for a few days. Okay, these eyebrows are like that. And I was intrigued. I thought, God, how easy is that? And you can get them in different styles, different elevations. You can get straight ones, arched ones, wing ones. So, there were like 6 choices, and I didn't know what to get. But it's like little bitty hairs. Yeah, these eyebrows look like eyebrows on a piece of paper, but it's like little hairs. And so I ordered 2 types of these eyebrows, and I thought, I opened them. I thought, well, they almost look the same. So what you do, it's this big sheet of eyebrows, left and right. So you cut off the bottom, and because they're kind of adhesive, you can stick them on your face. And kind of hold them up and get them positioned right. Okay, I want this elevation. And then you stick it down, and then you wet it, and then you peel it off, and you have eyebrows. Well, my freaking God, Maggie, I looked like Eugene Levy from Schitt's Creek. I'm not a very big woman. I'm 5'3". I'm a chubby size 8. I have a small, small, small face. So these eyebrows, the Levy family, Daniel Levy, Eugene Levy, these eyebrows, they're way too fucking big for my face. And Groucho Marx, I didn't even take a picture for my children because I usually take pictures of the dumb shit I do. And then they say, oh, Mom. But I didn't. But then here's the kicker. It doesn't come off. You can't get them off. You can't. And then there are no instructions in this package of the sheet of fake eyebrows. There are no instructions. And it's written in Japanese, I think.
Yeah, usually are.
And that's all it is. It says this is the front and this is the back. That's the only information in English I found about these eyebrows. It doesn't say how to take them off. So I was trying hand lotion. I was trying, soap. Little gentle. I was trying an exfoliant. No, not that. No, one of those facial peels. Nothing worked. So then I finally looked it up online, how to remove those goddamn eyebrow tattoos, and it says use oil. Well, hell, somebody could have said that. So I went like coconut oil, but then that didn't do it. So for a few days, I went around with about a third of an eyebrow on one side because I couldn't get that off. So it's a not a good idea to do. So then, stupid me, I tried it a second time. And so I thought, well, I'll trim it down a little bit. I'll just trim it down, because it looks like little hairs. You can probably sculpt it with scissors and cut them apart so that you can make them shorter and thinner, because of my little face.
You're worse than me.
Trying it again. I know, what a dumbass. So I did it again, and I positioned them, put them just right, and I did something wrong. I peeled them off. Okay, those aren't so bad. Those aren't so bad. I still took them off with the oil because I still look like Groucho Marx. But anyway, I noticed that if you're an old woman and you're putting the water on, when you're sticking the things on, don't stretch your skin. Because if you stretch your skin putting that thing on, when you let your skin go, you're going to have peaks and valleys in your eyebrow. It sort of looks like an undulating wave on one side because it's all puckered.
Oh dear.
So that's the end of my story. Okay, that's my eyebrow story. I was going to do that at the beginning, but that would have made Alex wait way too long.
That was a brilliant story. Brilliant.
Oh, thank you. In the retelling,
absolutely brilliant.
In the retelling, perhaps, but now I've got all these damn eyebrows, and that was money I could have spent on Chardonnay.
Yeah. That's why I go for nothing fake.
Yeah, geez. It was of course, they hooked me with the buy one, get one for half off. That's why I bought 2 styles. And they're too dark. That's another thing. I got brown, and they're way too dark. And so then after I bought these and I cut a couple out and tried them and ruined them, I look on their website, and now they have ginger.
I've waited all this time.
Now they have the color I probably need because I make my hair red. I use henna on my hair. And, it's a dumb color for an old woman, but hey, what else do I got?
Hey, sod it.
So anyway, now they have the ginger color. I'm not buying that crap anymore. I've got all these eyebrows that I'll probably try out and cuss and never use. But so that's my eyebrow story. Okay, you guys.
Oh dear, that was amazing. Could I just say a few words, if you don't mind, Robin? It's just about a friend who had a YouTube channel. His name is Brian Barnett. His channel was called Milky Way Weekly, and then he changed to Milky Way Messenger. I know it's a sad note to go on, but he passed on Friday. I've known him for 5 years, and he was one of my first friends on Facebook. It's really sad that people are just going like this. I'm sure he only he's a Gemini, and I'm sure he's just celebrated his 50th birthday a couple of weeks ago. It's touched me in so many ways. And there's a memorial on Wayne Steigers, but I think the Sunday Chill is also going on tonight in memory of Brian. That's all I can say, really, because he was a really good guy. But I'm sorry to end the Grannies like this, because it's not who the Grannies are. But rest in peace, Brian.
That was just beautiful, Maggie. And the grief is real, and I'm so very sorry for everyone's loss.
A hell of a lot more people.
Yeah, well,
suffering through Brian's loss.
Oh, and what a lovely tribute, Maggie. And I'm sure there are going to be many more, because somebody, when someone leaves like that, it leaves a big gap in the universe. It's an empty place now, and the tributes kind of help heal that.
Always have some amazing tributes.
Oh,
and, Yeah.
Great. Okay. Miss Tree said she was in a live stream last night and people were crying.
Yeah.
Oh, and everybody is thank you, you guys in the chat. Thank you for being so dear. And
Yeah.
Thank you. Boy, these are our friends, Maggie.
I know. I know.
Yeah.
And I love each and every one of you. Each and every one of you.
Me too. Oh, Reemsey's there. Hi, Reemsey, sweetheart. Hi, everybody. We might have missed because, we were all in a flap over having Alex on and stuff. So, okay, Maggie, my dear friend.
Yeah. Thank you, Robin. Thank you, everybody in the chat.
Thank you, everybody. And we're going to end the broadcast. Yeah, we love you very much. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking our channel. Gosh, we got, of course, but then Jesus Justin is always the thumbs down that we get. He's always lurking in the background, wishing he was one of us, and he's not. And he never will be. Neener, Justin, give us your thumbs down because those count too. Okay, you guys, goodbye.